All right, let's get it going. Welcome in, everybody. Great to see everybody here. Let me know if you guys can hear my voice. Make sure the audio sounds good. But welcome on in, everybody. Apologies for the slightly late start tonight. But it's good to see everybody here. Welcome in. Let's get going. Let's get part 3 going. There we go. Welcome on in, everybody. Great to see everybody here. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday. It is a Thursday night. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday night, Friday morning, or Thursday afternoon, depending on where you guys are watching from. But welcome on in. Welcome into the stream. Hope everyone's doing good. Can hear but can't see. Oh, now we're good. Okay, cool. I was just going to make sure. Like, am I good? Sometimes I'm not good. Sometimes we have issues. Sometimes we're pro streamers and have audio and video issues. But chat, great to see everybody in. Welcome in. For those that are new here, let me introduce myself very briefly. My name is Big Jano. I'm an engineer by day, but by night, I like to game. I like to 3D print and create awesomeness here over on YouTube, as well as over on Twitch a few times a week. But chat, it's great to see everybody here. Let's see. Andrew Rogers, welcome in. Stephen Poole, welcome in. 3D Medic Vince, good to see you as well. Non-fam, hello, welcome on in. And hello to everybody else that's lurking in the background. That hasn't typed in chat or anything yet, but welcome in, everybody. I do appreciate you guys being here tonight. We are going to continue part 3 of many parts of our Prusa XL build. For those that were here on Tuesday, we got the Core XY frame pretty much installed. There we go. Wrong camera there. We got the Core XY frame practically installed. Got my body in the way. There we go. We got the Core XY installed, the Core XY frame. We got the linear rails attached to the frame as well. We also got a bunch of hardware mounted onto the extrusions. So that's kind of where we left off on Tuesday. Tonight we're going to be focusing on putting that back panel on. That rear panel that is on the back, the back face of the printer, that rear panel that has the cable chain for the heat bed. And then that's going to be doing a lot of wiring tonight with that. And then we will get into, hopefully tonight we'll get into a little bit of the bed assembly as well. Andrew Rogers with the $10 super chat. Hoping you can use some Silver Sunbeam bucks. Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Thank you very, very much for that. It's greatly appreciated. And I hope you're feeling better too. I know you've been dealing with a lot of health issues lately. I'm glad to see you're feeling a little bit better as well. But thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I'm going to be moving my microphone around a lot tonight again. I seem to have done a better job on Tuesday making sure you guys can hear me throughout the entire stream and not just bits and pieces. So I'm going to try to do a really good job with that tonight, moving the microphone as I'm talking, as I'm moving back and forth. Because I'm going to be moving a lot tonight, especially trying to get that rear panel on there, because it has both the power supplies on the back. It's a heavy piece that I'm going to have to kind of hold in place as we screw some stuff in. And that might take us a little bit longer than I would. That's going to probably take us a good chunk of time. But once we get that kind of in place, then all we have to do really is get some wires connected. And then we should be able to move on to the bed assembly, which it's mainly assembled. It's a couple parts, but we'll move on from there. We'll see how far we get tonight. Like I said, we might have another weekend stream to continue doing this build. Hopefully maybe get it finished over the weekend. We'll see. But my goal is to get this up and running by next week. So hopefully this won't take too much longer in the sense of building. But we should, if we keep a level head in this entire process, we should be pushing plastic on this thing soon. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out, coming by, sticking around as we kick off part 3. So before we get into it, let me go. So this is where we left off on Tuesday. This was we attach these cover clips, which are these little 3D printed plastic pieces that kind of go into the extrusion. They lock in place at a 90-degree angle. We got the grounding tabs on the extrusions and mounted correctly. What else we did? Yeah, we did a lot of hardware on Tuesday. We had these little grounding tabs and these little nuts we had to put into the extrusion to get the grounding brackets in. Connected the linear rails, had a gummy bear, and connected the Core XY top section to the base of the extrusion. So that's kind of where we left off on Tuesday after we got in the piece for the LCD that we needed. We kind of finished up the wiring and all that, and we were able to get all this done in the span of a 2-hour time frame on Tuesday. So now we are here. We're working on this XL rear panel. There are 2 extrusion covers over there. I do have them already out. And then we need hardware. We need these M3 8RT screws, which I actually lost one of these on Tuesday. It fell because it was what's used on the grounding tabs. And I dropped it. It's in my carpet somewhere. I haven't been able to find it yet because my carpet's gray and the metal piece is gray. So you do get spares in the bag, so it's going to be one of my spares. But I didn't lose one of these little screws the other day because they're tiny. They're tiny screws. So tiny. I have big hands, so that doesn't usually bode well for me. But tonight we're going to start by, this step 23 right here. Getting the panel on and screwed in. It looks like these 2 connectors here, or these 2 grounding tabs here and here, are what's going to mount. I got to figure out how this kind of goes. It looks like this fits on the out. I guess those locking plastic pieces, those look like they sit on the inside of the printer, as you can see right there. So I don't know how this kind of slots in, but we'll find out. I'm going to screw that and that. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. From the outside rear side, insert the M3 into and screw the rear panel using a T10 screwdriver. Okay, so I got to also get a screw for back here and do that. And then installing the rear panel. which is... Okay, so there's a little screw hole there. And you're also going to attach the other screw right there. Okay. It doesn't seem too difficult. Oh, and then we got to do it all the same. Line up all the cover clips with the holes in the rear panel. Okay. Okay, so all those cover clips we put on, we got to line up. There's holes, I guess, you got to cover. So that should not be a problem. We hope. Step 28, Haribo time. Exactly. I actually left the gummy bears in the other room. I might have to go get them. I don't have many left. But I do have a few left. I might have to do step 28. Typical welcome in, though. Good to see you. And then once we get that panel assembled, it's going to be mostly just wiring and cable management. This doesn't look too difficult to do. But again, I say that now. We'll wait till we gotta get there. But plug in cables, the antenna, frame grounding. I guess there's another couple grounding pieces. But my goal tonight is to get through the rest of this step, and then maybe start the bed. Maybe start the heat bed. We'll see. Once we get the heat bed doesn't look too difficult. You know, we have the side panels, the bed itself. It looks like we're gonna plug some stuff in and mount it to the brackets. But you know, again, going too far down the road. So let's go back to the Core XY assembly. Let's go all the way back down to step 21, 22. I guess it's 23. But first things first, let me get my hardware. Let me grab the hardware I need. Get these. Actually, I'm going to move that out of the way because I'm probably going to need it. Got my torque screwdriver here. And we got the rear panel in the back here. We'll bring over. I can show you guys. Left in the other room is code for their soaking and vodka in the fridge. Not currently, but that gives me ideas. That gives me ideas. I did that in college, but I did it with... if you're familiar with the Jolly Rancher hard candies, I may or may have not have done that in college. And it was quite a hit. I do remember that. That was the little bit I remember from that night. Alright, let's go get the rear panel. And let's get this thing attached. Because I would like to... The last big piece of this assembly is this rear panel here. So, we're that much closer to getting this thing done. Still have a long ways to go, I believe, but we're going to get there. Alright, let me go grab it. I'll try to show you guys. This is what the inside of it... Let me move up to the camera. The inside of it looks like. So this is going to go facing inward. So this is the back side. If I hold it around here, this is what it's going to look like from the back. You can see there's two power supplies. This is the control box. I have to take this cover off. That's actually the first step. But that's what you see on the inside here. You can see the cable chain. Maybe if I hold it up correctly. It's a heavy boy. This is actually a pretty heavy piece of machine. I don't know if it's aluminum. It's definitely machine because there's a lot of holes and slots in this thing. But the cable chain for the bed, all the wires are attached to the other side. And then you also have these brackets here, but there's also these holes are what you're going to use with the cover clips. So there's little holes in the cover clips you're actually going to thread screws in, so you can kind of see where those are located at. And if you guys were here on Tuesday, we had put cover clips like here, all scattered throughout that extrusion. But that's what you'll see on the inside when it's all said and done. So I'm just going to be very careful with this piece, because again, very, very heavy. I'm gonna be careful with the cabling too. I'm going to try to kind of hold it. Okay, so it can stand up. I was gonna be very, very careful not to hit the table. But first things first, let's do it. Hey, NLTMW, welcome in. Good to see you. Next socket D to socket V. Don't make me ban you, typical. Don't make me do it. Alright, so step 23 is what we're doing first. And we got to unscrew, loosen all 4 screws in the XL Buddy cover box, or Buddy box cover. No need to remove them completely. Slide the cover upward and remove it. And then you want to up. And you want to remove these 4 screws. And you're going to take the entire cover off. Okay, so I think we can use the screwdriver for all of that. I think this should fit. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. Super simple first step here. If you guys, do you think I need more light? I don't know. Let's see. If I add more light to this, I have a lamp down here. It doesn't really add much more light. I can move it forward. Doesn't really do much other than make things brighter. I don't know. Let me know if you guys want. If you guys need if you need more light. I think I'm gonna leave it off. I think we're good for now. But if you have trouble seeing something, let me know. I'll point to it. But we're just gonna loosen these 4. We're gonna loosen these 4 screws here, and I'm gonna make sure I keep my microphone kind of close by so you guys can hear me. I did a good job with that on Tuesday. So I'll make sure to do the same today. This microphone's on a giant arm, if you guys haven't noticed that already. And it can only stretch so far. And right now it's kind of stretched is almost as far as I can go. I could disassemble it and have it standing somewhere else, but I don't have a lavalier mic that's a wireless one yet. So maybe down the road I will have one. But right now, we do not. Alright, so that kind of slides. Did it slide all the way off? Okay, it's supposed to. Oh, I see. There we go. There's a little bit of a slot on the one end, or I guess I don't know if you want to call it like a counter hole, maybe. Slightly larger slot on the one end than the other, so that kind of slides out. I'm gonna put that right there. You can see the Buddy board close somewhat. I can't really zoom in on the camera too well. And then next thing we need to do is remove these 4 screws. There, and there to remove the rest of that cover off. So let's go ahead and do that. So it looks like there, and there. And these ones I do have to remove completely. And again, I'm trying not to have this tip over. If this tips over, then that's not going to be a good time for me. Not going to be fun for anybody. Also, don't want to lose these screws because these are... Look how freaking tiny that screw is, Chad. That is insane. If I drop one of these, it's going to be game over. Putting that in my Wham Bam sheet, or my Wham Bam pad so I don't lose it. I do need them. This would be a great opportunity for a magnetic screwdriver. I'm surprised they didn't give me. They gave me this screwdriver came with the printer. But it's not magnetic tip, so I'll have to make do with that. All right, moving on over to this side and do these 2 screws. Like there and there. It's good that the back panel assembly arrives already mostly built. Oh, I agree. Yeah, this definitely helps. Not only in the sense of the assembly itself, but trying to get the power wire, like the power and the controls and the wiring for most printers is usually the more difficult thing to do. And for someone that's a novice like builder, that's also a failure point in many people's like custom builds, or you know, that's where a lot of people can have troubles with the power supplies when not connected correctly, and whatnot. So I agree, having this thing installed pretty much entirely is fantastic. And I already dropped the screw, but I saw where it went, kind of. I think it went this way. So I heard it go this way. I did. Okay, it's over there. All right, let me pull this off very carefully. Also going to sit over here, so you can see the rest of the control box here. Let me go find that screw real quick. I think it went over here. I might have to crawl under my desk to get it. That's what happens. Sometimes it happens. Or I thought it was. Oh, I see. We found it. All good. already got nervous tonight. Not even 10 minutes into the stream here. Gonna be crawling around my floor a lot more later. I still have to look for that missing screw. I need to get like a giant magnet just to scour my carpet with. Look for metal things. Alright. Step 23 is done. Step 24 is attaching the rear panel. Hold the XL rear panel with your hand during assembly. It is not secured with any screws. Well, that's good to know. Magnetic tray is a handy magnetic print. I need to look into that for sure, because I lose little tiny screws in this. It's because my carpet is a gray carpet in here. It blends perfectly with the color of most hardware. And it's always fun trying to basically find the needle in the haystack, more or less. Alright, for easier assembly, place the bottom edge of the XL rear panel approximately 2 centimeters, 0.8 inches behind the bottom rear extrusion of the printer base. Rotate close to the XL rear panel to the rear side of the printer. Okay, so it looks like that. And then I'm going to carefully slide it up until it stops on the top stops. Continue by pressing the lower rear panel against the bottom extrusion. Okay, so it looks like I'm sliding it up and then pushing upward at an angle and then lowering it back down until it props in place, I guess. Let's see. Okay, so I'm pushing that. I gotta push it up and then in, it looks like. And it looks like these little plastic black little stoppers that we put in the extrusions are going to kind of prevent it from going further than it needs to. At least that's my hope. But let's figure this out. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm probably going to have to get around to the front, because the next step is attaching it to the XL rear panel. Or I'm sorry, yeah, the rear Core XY extrusion with here and screws here and here. So I'm going to get those nuts or screws ready. So I don't lose, so I have them ready to go. So it looks like I need 2 of those. They're tiny screws. And this is one of the ones I lost the other day on Tuesday's stream. So what I'm going to do is, I do have, it says I have 2 spares, so I'll count that as one of my spares, but I can't find it. I do appreciate them sending spare parts, or spare hardware. This entire build has spare hardware with it, which is great. For someone like me who loses things, not a bad thing to have. I'm going to put this hardware inside the printer. And I'm also going to... I'm going to move this little orange. So this is what I currently have sit with my hardware sitting on. It's my little Wham Bam miniature slap mat. I'm going to bring that over here carefully because those other 4 screws for the panel are still over here too. And I'm going to keep my hardware on that so I don't lose it. 2 screws. And then we have our torque wrench that's given to us here. So let's go ahead and try this out. Let's see how difficult this is. We'll find out. I don't know. But I'm going to have to go to the other side of the printer. I might need to... I'm going to turn the light on real quick so I can see. I'll turn the light back down. I'll go with the wiring. I want to make sure that I can see what I'm doing. Also, you got to be careful with all these wires right here. All these wires are sticking out the back. Kind of have to be cognizant of those. Doesn't really show where they're supposed to go. Looks like they kind of just float up here, so maybe I just kind of keep them up here. So I get that back panel. I think they stay inside, so maybe I just keep them on the inside here. All right, let's go ahead and carefully do this. So let's... I'm not sure. Like these, I think they're supposed to stay out here. These wires. They're kind of in the way, I'm not gonna lie. Hold them back here carefully. Hey Silverware, welcome in. Didn't realize the XL isn't on the site to order anymore, and the 3.5 upgrade kits are out of stock. Oh, I did not know that. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure. I think these wires are supposed to stick out. I'm not sure where this like attaches to. I think this is supposed to go like this. And then you know what? I think these little black clips, I think it's supposed to sit on those. I think we're on to something. Okay. You know what? I think we're gonna have to go up and then over. Hopefully. What? I think I actually might have this. Or not. These wires are kind of annoying. First things first. All right, let me put this down real quick. Because I need to see. The image doesn't show a good picture of where this is supposed to sit. Okay, so you lean it back. Those wires are all kind of outward. They don't show the wires from the back side of that. And you lift it up, and it looks like it's just sticking outward. If I go on the inside here, it looks like those clips, it stays on the back side of those clips that we put in. Okay, so it sits on the back, so it doesn't sit on top. It sits, they should be up against the back side of the clip. Okay. And we just lost a bunch of these clips because they all came flying down. Not sure where they're supposed to be. Just lost another clip. Where'd this one go? This one went. I just lost one of these clips, and I'm not sure where it went. Alright, I gotta figure that out. Careful. Here maybe? Let's check back in the here. There. 2 up top, 2 upper side, 2 lower side. Okay. 2 up top. I think it was this one right here. Right here. Right where I'm looking at. Right here. Okay. I think that's where it went. Alright, so let's go back and see. Because these cables are supposed to connect to the back of the board, so I'm not thinking they're supposed to sit there. If I can have all these cables not in the way, that'd be great. Okay. I think it's supposed to be up here. Roughly. Yeah, it's supposed to sit like this up here. Doesn't help that I keep losing this clip. Okay, I see where I need to go to. There and there. Okay. I gotta get around. Don't do that either. Okay. I gotta get around to the other side because I don't want. I need to be able to get the screw in on the other side. We gotta get to this point here. This is where we gotta get to. And it's kind of hard to do that from while also holding it in place. Those little black printed connector clips do not do too much right now. Okay. Gotta line that with that. Let's see if I can get... If I can get one in, that will help me a ton. Alright, let's try to get it in. It'll give me at least a start of where this needs to line up at. This is where I need 8 hands. Or 8 arms. If I can get started, that'll be at least good. Like, that way it's... Make sure it's going in. Just like it wants to. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, loosen it up. It's not quite aligned, but the screw's at least in the bracket. There we go. Okay, I kind of have to hold it in place for the time being, so I can at least get this one lined up for the next hole. And then I also need to tighten it, the other screw down. Actually, it's a good idea. I'm gonna do that right now. Tighten that down so I can move it. Okay, so that's at least it's in place right now. It's in place. It's hard to tell. I'll move the printer back around too once you guys can see it. Now I gotta get to, there's a screw in a bracket right around here in this corner. You guys can't see it, but I'm gonna get it put together, and then I'm gonna flip the printer around. So I gotta line up the hole on this too. I'm gonna use a flashlight. I'm gonna use a flashlight to do so. It'll be a little bit easier for me. Okay. I think we're good. Let's get this screw in. And then we'll go back and put those little black clips in the right spots. It would help if I actually got it in the hole. Scared me. Don't want to push the printer any more than I'm already doing. I think it's going in. Yep, it's going in. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to tighten that bracket too. Just to be on the safe side. Safe side. Okay, so it's in place, kind of. In place, kind of. I don't know if the bottom is supposed to be in a different position. Actually, I think we're pretty close on the bottom. Ignore that. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I think it's lined up on the bottom. Just gotta kind of hold it in place. It's gonna get tightened down, so I'm not too worried right now. But I got those 2 screws in that they mentioned. And then I also now need to insert the MR3 8RT screw and screw the rear panel using a T10. Okay. Okay, so I now need to secure the panel with more of those screws. With a few more of these. These screws. There we go. All right. Chat, how's everybody's doing tonight? How's everybody's night been going? Or morning, wherever you guys are watching from. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Apologies for my camera already not auto-focusing. Come on. Should get back there. Should get back there. It'll get there in a second. Maybe. Come on. Come on, camera. Do your thing. Do your thing. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, well. All right. How many screws do we need here? Said we needed 10. So we just used 2 of them for the front side. So it looks like we're going to need 8. And it looks like we need 1 there. So we did that one. We need 1 there. So we need 8 total. Alright, so from the inside, line the earth conduit with the whole rear panel. We need to release this greatly, adjust the earthing connector, then tighten it. From the outside rear side, insert the screw rear panel. Okay, so. Oh, wait, am I supposed to do it from the outside? Oh, whoops. I did this backwards. I think I put the screw on the wrong side. That's no bueno. Oh, crap. I was supposed to do it from the outside here. That would have made it a little bit easier. All right, well, let's do that first. Let's get that one out. The good news is the bracket's in the right spot. Hopefully I didn't screw up the threading on the bracket. We'll find out in a minute. Am I seeing that correctly? Am I supposed to do it from the outside? Or am I thinking things differently here? Just uploading weirdo Canadian coasters to things, and Kevin is in 3rd place for weekly contest with 3 hours ago. Nice! And welcome in, Pezliz. Good to see you. Okay, we got that in. On the inside, line the earthing connectors. If needed, release. Okay, so I think we are supposed to screw this in from the outside, not the inside. Okay. I goofed. But you know what? But now you guys know, in case you guys are building one of these, if you ever do, not to do what I did. Alright, so we're going to do this from the inside. Since this is kind of lined up. Kind of, I say. There's no easy way to hold on to this thing. This is why I recommend having 2 people, because this thing's a big build. Okay, I'm gonna hold it from like here. Or not. Part of it is I gotta get the screw partially in. Hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Oh, shoot. Why is my camera not autofocusing? I'm trying to get it to autofocus. All right. There we go. Not going in because it's not lined up still. I kind of like it. Wonder if I can prop. Hold right there. Look at that screw in. This is not meant for a single person to build. If you have a buddy helping you with this, very carefully we're gonna do this. There we go. It's going in. This is where having 8 hands can come in handy. Okay. Now I don't have to hold it in place, but I do need to get the other screw out down here. Apologies for my camera not zooming back out. What the heck's going on with that? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. If I shut my lights off, it probably will help. Or if I do this. Hold on. Give me one moment. Try to get the rest of the screw out here. What if I do this? Sorry for blinding anybody. It's like not letting me. Why is it not going to zoom out? Autofocus, please. Please. It's being a real pain in the butt right now. Look at my film. Look at the print. Come on. No, the autofocus is on. It's automatic. It's stupid, honestly. This camera has always had an issue with autofocusing. It looks good up close, but then if I try to, every so often, it just it like doesn't want to doesn't like want to do anything. Let me try doing something else here. I might have to kill the camera briefly. There we go. I think that did it. Sometimes, yeah, it's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it's weird. All right, so I gotta line up this hole right here with this other screw. It should be fairly lined up, considering we got the other one in place. Go. I don't know if it says we need to tighten these yet. Okay. I think it's in there where it's supposed to be. Okay, then tighten the other one to secure position. Okay, got it. So I did have to tighten the other side of that screw. I believe I did already. Let me just double check they are tight. So now I have all these little connector pieces that are flailing everywhere. That one's there. Now I gotta figure out where that one went. So 2 up top, 2 side. And the back panel. Where'd the back panel go? There we go. So there's one there and there. We need to, yeah, this is what we need to see. This is what I wanted. So there. So 1, 2, 3. And then middle 2 on that sleeve. Fall from here. Might have. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think it did fall from here. There's supposed to be one up top, one top, bottom, and like one near the top. I think it fell from here. These things don't stay in very easily. Oh, but I know we're gonna have to line them up anyway, so I think that's the next step, is we have to move those clips in the right spot and line them up. There's little holes on the front side of this panel. Again, you probably can't see it very well, but once I flip the printer around, you'll be able to see it. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Anyway, we're here right now, so we got to line up all the cover clips with the holes on the rear panel. So all those little black clips I've been just playing around with, I gotta line them up with these. There's holes, little mounting holes there, and I think I have to screw in. There's little screw holes in here, and I think you have to screw the screw and actually it'll keep that connector in place. But that way the panel's not going to go anywhere. I think that's the intent for these. So I have to make sure I get them in that right spot. So we can move on to this next step over here. I'm just going to move this like right there so you guys can maybe, I can see it a little bit better. And then I need more of those screws. So basically we need a screw for all these here. So I'm going to move these out of the way. I don't know where that was supposed to go. But it should. All right, let's make sure I have these in the right spots. Here we go. All right, I can very carefully. Well, here's the thing. I gotta get back here anyway, so I'll wait to let's see if I might be able to turn. Very carefully. So I gotta line up these clips on the side here with the holes in the back. And actually I need to go from the back. So I gotta move it right back. I'm getting a workout in. Nope, not true. Alright. Because there's little holes. You might be able to see, like on this side, there's little holes that I now need to line up with these on the inside. So like right here, where I'm pointing the flashlight, this first one right here is where I need to line that little black clip at. So we'll go ahead and do that and get my screws. So this should be fairly easy because once I line up the screw with the clip, that should be an easy screw-in job. So I'm just gonna do one by one and take my time with these. I have all the clips in generally the right spot. And my little back screw right there. My screwdriver. First one. I already have to line up the cover. Make sure it's in the right spot. These side brackets make them, you can't stick your head in. Those side brackets won't allow you to. Okay, so that's... not in the right spot. Drop the other screw. Couldn't have gone far. It landed right over here. I didn't hear it like. This chair is like in the way almost. Let's see. Hit the filament rack. Great. We'll find it eventually. This is what happens when you. This is what happens during a live stream. You lose a few screws. Not to say I haven't lost any in the past, but. Maybe? Well, I only have 2 spares, so I can't lose any more. It's gonna bug me now. I don't have a big magnet to try to bring it. Well, this has been fun. Oh wait, I stepped on it. Hey, we did it. First try. You are not leaving my sight again. There's still one more of those out there in the wild, in my wild carpet. But you know what? I intend to give the realistic build experience. That is the intent with this series. You know, anybody can build a printer, but most people are going to have issues like this. So, you know, just remember, you're not alone. I also lose screws. Yay. All right. Get this lined up. Actually, like, in the right spot. Might be able to start it. Part of the issue is these little clips. I don't want to stay still. There we go. All that, chat, all that effort for one of these. We gotta do this like 8 more times. I don't want to over tighten that because that's a plastic part I'm screwing it into. Alright. We get to do that 7 more times. Gravity is relatively equal everywhere, and it always wins. Absolutely. Ain't that the truth? Alright, so let's go ahead and do this top corner while we're on this side. And then we'll work on the very bottom one. Screw. Screwdriver. Microphone closer to my face. This one should be a little bit easier since it's pretty much all the way to the top. These wires are very close. going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, let's do the bottom one. And this tape that has the wires and stuff kind of held in place is actually going to help me here. So I can move these out of the way while I screw this in. I just want to make sure real quick that the rest of the base is lined up where it's supposed to be. Okay, yeah, it looks like it. So get one more of these screws. We're gonna do one. We're gonna just do one at a time here. We're gonna take our time, not mess it up, lose more of these screws. I should get like a blue. I should get like a different colored like rug under here, just while I'm building. Just so I can see, you know, if I drop anything, where it's going to land. I think that might be the route I go moving forward. This one down here is going to be a little bit interesting. This is where a magnetic tip would really come in handy. This one is all the way at the bottom here. Nope. I think we're lined up. It's really hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell, unfortunately. It moved on me. Ooh. Almost lost that one. Where's that to go? I mean, it's all the way at the bottom. So nope, dang it. It's slightly to the left. Oh my goodness. Wait, am I using the wrong clip? I might be using the wrong clip. I think it's supposed to be on the base. I think it's supposed to be on the base. That makes sense because it's like... Huh. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be on the base. I think I messed up. Yep. Alright. See, we're learning, guys. We're learning. It's not failure. It's only the first attempt in learning. All right, let's try this again. Nope, too far out. The good news is you can poke your torch wrench through the hole and kind of fiddle battle with it until you kind of get it lined up right. Kind of. Okay, I think I'm there. Well, I wasn't expecting this part of the build to take the longest, but here we are. There we go. That one's going in. Not really seeing the. It's not being able to see where you're at. That one's going to be on the top extrusion, which is going to be this one here. Oh, we did that one already. Okay. We did those three on the right side. Now we got to shift over to the left side. Which, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move over this way so I can see a little bit better. And I actually might have to... I might have to get on the right side and do this here. Alright, so we're gonna do top right here. I'm gonna try not to knock anything over. I just lost a clip, but that's okay. We'll get it in a minute. All right. This is where I'm gonna have to be very careful here. I'm gonna have to move the table out a little bit. It's really hard to stand over here. My big gaming chair won't move. Oh man. Alright, so now I can actually like get under here and kind of see what I'm doing. I think that went right there. All right. My screwdriver went where? Did I lose it already? Oh man, I'm losing everything today. Wait, where'd it go? Thought I had put it on my chair. Is it in the printer? No. I'm losing it today, chat. Where did my screwdriver go? Did I put it on the table? Chat, if you see my screwdriver, let me know where it's at. Put it up top? Oh, I found it. On the floor. Behind my chair. I swear. It's one of those days. Alright, now I can actually bend down and see what I'm doing here. It's in there. This is a little trickier than I thought it would be. Not gonna lie. Think. Squad this time. Yeah, a little bit of resistance. Good. It's close. It's very close. that's not a pain in the butt. I'm not going to tighten them too much because I'm not going to tighten them too much because I want to make sure that everything's in the right spot. I'm wondering if some of my holes aren't lining up for a reason. All right. Let's then move on to this one right here. Do this one next. I probably should do the 4 corners first, but I already did this whole entire side, so we're gonna do this one next because I think it's semi where it's supposed to be. Okay, that one should be a little bit easier to read off of. Let's get our screw, and let's get this one in. After this one, we only need 3 more. I know, right? That'll take another hour. Also doesn't help that this top bracket here is in the way. That one, oh wow, that one right in. It's a miracle. Whew, all right, now I gotta do just the ones on the bottom here. There's 3. There's one here, one down here, and the one at the very bottom is going to line up with that one at the top. That one's gonna line up like right there. This one's gonna line up over here. Dang, these things like to slide. Why couldn't they just do metal brackets for these? I'm not sure. I'm missing one, that's why. Like, okay. Let's keep going. Chat, thank you for hanging in there. Apologize for the very, very slow progress on this. It's taking me a minute. We'll probably go tonight till around 10:30 or so. Maybe longer, we'll see how things go. We shall see. All these wires are in the way. That one's not badly lined up. Should fall over. No. Okay. This one down here is like right there. If I can kind of fit it together prior to screwing it in, that would be great. There we go. Yeah, these ones are a little bit easier because I can see them. If only I could see things where they're getting screwed into. All right, we got one more for this step. That's this bottom one here. It's gonna be a pain all the way over here. Yeah, stand up for a second. My knees were about to give out. Oh man. Alright, I gotta get this one down here. Think it's lined in? Nope. It's not. We're gonna get there. I think it's in now. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. All right. Oh my gosh, chat. That was fun. That was fun. But you know what? We got to step 28 in the span of an hour and a half. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or no, I'm sorry. 6 steps. It is gummy bear time. I don't have them in here. But I will take a quick hydration break. If you have a beverage, raise them high, raise them proud. And thank you all. Thank you all for still hanging in here. I appreciate the patience as we slow build this thing. And but cheers to every one of you guys for hanging out tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you guys. So cheers. Builds thirsty work. I will eat a gummy bear after the stream. In spirit. But I will do that. Alright. Let's keep going here. Oh, wait, one second. I gotta look at something real quick. I want to make sure. I think we're good. I don't think I missed anything. I think we're good. Alright. Rear left cable management. Hooray! Nothing that screws. This should be fairly easy. So, maybe I'll move back the printer too in a minute. In the following steps, we'll focus on routing, connecting all the cables. Okay, turn the printer's rear side towards you. Already done. I'll move it back closer in the window so you guys can kind of see that. On the left edge, we've got to start on the left edge. Start at the bottom, grab that PE motor and LXCD cables and gently push them into the extrusion. Secure the cables to the extrusion cover. Okay, simple. We could do that. Hey, Rem, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Slowly but surely, we're building our XL. It's a heavy boy, though. Just move this table all over the place. I'm going to rotate the table a little bit. We're actually going to be working on this side here. And I'm going to be moving it back in just a second. So I have the tape on here. Time to get that tape off. The tape was great to hold things in place. But now I got to route all these wires that are over here back on in, which is fine. This one makes it a little bit easier. The hard part was getting these routed early on through the bottom extrusion. And now all we have to do is kind of get it through up here. And I still might get some tape to hold things in place. I get these two other cables as well. And I'm going to grab the extrusion cover. We got two of these here. These little plastic covers. I'm just going to work if I can get the bottom started, then getting it to the top should be a little easier. Come on. These are also kind of finicky in a sense. Just slightly finicky, not too terrible. If you can get one end started, then the rest of this pushed in is fairly easy. Come on. This is supposed to be easy, the easy part of the build here. All right, let's get that up again. Hold that. Just gotta get it started. There we go. Up it goes. Okay, so that's at least started. And get the rest of these. This goes all the way up. So I gotta actually get this in here now. This ribbon cable I gotta be careful with, because I don't want to kink it too much, because it then has to travel into the board over here. And then I can't kink it too much because I also have to get the other cables in there as well. So just try to carefully kind of push these in. I've been just trying to kind of stack them on top of each other. That should work. Just gotta finesse it, you know? And these two, the motor cable and the PE cable, I'm just gonna go in right behind. Boom, look at that. I don't know how much room they're gonna give me here. Should it be going all the way up? Yeah, it should be going almost all the way up. So in the next step, see, this is why I need to read things ahead of time. Okay. That connects to there. Yeah, I guess it's all supposed to be coming out the top like that. interesting. Trying to get the wires out of the way. They don't make it easy. They do not give you a whole lot of room for these wires. Gotta get them in like the exact right spot. Huh. You know what? I have a little bit of slack at the bottom on the cover. So I'm gonna have to like kind of redo this real quick. Pushed it all the way down. Back to that camera. Up here. I kind of have to get the ribbon cable kind of tucked in as best I can. So that's what's kind of causing the buildup over here. It's that one cable right there. There we go. There isn't a great way to... Almost got it, though. There we go. Oh. I don't think it's going to be perfect because you're going to have to move the wire anyway. But that's as close as we're going to get to that. I mean, it's up there. Pretty darn close. I mean, it's kind of up there, as close as you can get it. I mean, I can't go I have no more room to go up, so we're gonna have to keep it there. There we go. I'll move the camera a little bit better. You guys can see that. All right. I gotta go back to. I skipped a few steps, I think. We did hair bow time. Secure the cover. Yep. Okay, we're on step 30. Take the PE cable and slide it onto the connector pin. Okay, so I'm gonna move the table this way a little bit so I can see it. And I'm also gonna do this very carefully, so that way I, first and foremost, hope I have enough slack on this thing. Looks like I do. And I also don't want to pull that extrusion cover out like I see it already trying to do. So let's grab our wire. I'm going to hold this as best we can. Sorry if I keep bumping into the microphone. Try my best not to do that. And let's get this connected. It's like I need to like bend it differently. Okay. I need to see it. I have a flashlight up here. That's not going to help me. Okay, I see where it's at. I just need to make sure I have enough slack. Perfect. Look at that. It's in there, nice, and just enough slack, I think. I hope I still have enough slack later on. All right, make sure it's nice and tight and snug. Yep, looks like it is. All right, next step. Hey RC, make sure the ribbon cable connects reaches the control board before committing. Only tip: make sure that the insert is all the way in, because once you pull the metal wire cover back on, it's very close to that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because there's not much room on here, and I don't think it's gonna reach. Now that you mentioned that, that's not good. Now I gotta redo all the wiring. I mean, it's not even gonna reach with the amount of slack I have on it now. I can try to move it up. I gotta be careful about that. I have enough room on the PE cable, but the ribbon cable, for some reason, doesn't seem like there's gonna be enough, unless I go this way. Actually, you know what? Actually, I lied. We probably will have just enough room. If I, maybe I'll redo the wiring after the fact. But as long as I know this is in the right spot, I think we will have enough room. I lied. But I think that's the next step anyway. Connecting cables, XY motor. Maybe we don't do that one yet. Okay, maybe it doesn't say. Oh, it does say to connect that one. The XLCD cable. I think the XLCD cable is in here. It doesn't tell me to do it yet, but okay, that's good. I'm gonna rewire this back up. Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna leave that be, because I might redo that at the end until I get everything connected. Because honestly, if I try to run that all the way back up again, I don't think I'm gonna have enough room. Because it doesn't look there's not a lot of slack to begin with, so I might hold off on putting the cover back on here. Anyway, let's go to the next step then, because I want to make sure. Let's just do this in the order it tells me to, even though it probably doesn't matter too much. So X, Y, Z motors, LED light cable, and the X LCD cable. Okay, so that we do need to do that one. So I might as well just do this one now, because this one has that locking mechanism in it. I can kind of see it. Just gotta make sure I line it up correctly. There we go. That one's locked in. Not a whole lot of slack, although I probably should have connected the other ones first, because that one kind of covers the other locations. No, we'll make do. We'll be fine. We have pictures. So the XY motor cable is yellow labeling XY, which is this one I'm holding right here in my hand. This one right here. And that's going to go onto the XY motor, which is that top one. The green one right here. Yeah, they don't give a lot of slack, RC, on these. There's not... This panel, I wish this panel was removed on the part, because especially getting these screws on the back... Hold on. I wish they removed this panel right here in the assembly process, because... Especially getting those screws on the back panels here, here, and here. This thing kind of just gets in the way. I know it's connected to the rail, or the belt, but they could have at least had, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I wish there was a way I could like just get rid of this right now, because it would be so much easier just to be able to work back here than how I'm currently working right now. All right, so this has to go. I think that goes this way. I'm gonna have to line it up. unless XY is supposed to be like that. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. All right, XY is connected, and now let's do Z. And Z is going to be... Z is going to be the one right below it. All right. This is Z. I'm going to route it kind of close to the other one because when we try to kind of organize the cable management on this after the fact, we'll be able to do it a little bit easier. Yeah, my hands don't fit inside this thing here, but at least those connect fairly easily. Okay, so those three are connected, and we got that one already connected. Now we should be on the next step. We should be on the left side. Wire management. Okay, so zip ties. 2 perforations in the metal sheet. Okay, I do see those. Are these the perforations? Are they talking about those? Okay, those little rounded bits in the back here. So I'm guessing I have to run zip ties through that. Somehow with this extrusion. With this extrusion cable, not giving much slack, I'm going to have to find a way. Honestly, you know, this doesn't help too much. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of slack until you get to about here. And that just, I don't know, it bugs me a little bit. Considering, I mean, I could easily get zip ties and just kind of wrap it like that and have this kind of stick out a little bit, this extrusion cover. I'm not super worried about it. As long as the wires are kind of, you know, not a problem, then we should be okay. And then, okay, so once we get the zip ties in, then we should be good on the next step. You can remove that panel. It's not connected to the belt. Oh, you can? It's not connected to the belt. I guess it's not. Well, that's good to know. Well, if I would have known that earlier, I probably would have removed it. What are you gonna do, right? Also, it didn't say in the instructions to do that, so I'm not gonna risk it. All right, I'm just gonna do zip tie this real quick, as it says. What's this cable here for? Hold on a second. Oh, that's the LED light cable. We didn't do that one yet. Hold on, my bad. I was like missing an LED. So it is that one right there. Okay. Let's connect this one real quick. And this one's covering. This one's covering the. This ribbon cable is kind of covering it. But we should still be fine. Flip it around. Am I sure I have the right one? Yeah, I do. Hold on a second. Here's the problem I'm going to see in the future. All these that are covered by the ribbon cable are already, never mind, they might be already plugged in. What does it say? Yeah, that says light, LED light. Okay, so it goes in like that. Just doesn't make it. I should probably plug this one in before the other one. I might have to pull that one out slightly. I should have done that one before I did this one. I'm an idiot. That'll be okay. Either way, it's still going to be in the way of that. Okay. We're good now. Even Krusty advised Joel to remove that when he was assembling his assembled 5 tool. Okay. Yeah. That's good to know. Alright, let's get some zip ties in here. And let's... I always forget which way the zip ties are supposed to go. I think it's this way. I won't make them too tight right this second, and then I'll trim away the excess after the fact. I definitely won't want the railing here having a little piece of zip tie. All right. Look at that. Look at that wire management, chat. Nicely done. Apologies for my microphone everywhere. Alright, we got wire management done on the left side. I do worry about all these other open slots over here that I'm going to have to worry about later with all these wires in the way. But yeah. We're making progress. Alright. Next step. We did that. Now we're on the right side. Grab the motor cable and push into the extrusion. This side should be a little easier because there's only one wire, or there's only one wire going up through the extrusion. I do need the other extrusion cover, which we do have. Just going to move that over here. They tell you to plug in the wires in order of dimension with the ribbon cable being first. Really? Because it says on mine... I mean, I follow them in the order here. The XLCD cable. This is the orange one. That one's shown last. After you plug in... I should have plugged in the LED light one before the LCD ribbon cable. I guess that makes sense, but... Well, definitely for sure the slacking issue in the back here is a concern. There isn't... I can't get that full extrusion cover on. It's not even... It's maybe like a couple inches from the top, like maybe like 2 inches from the top, fully not seated. So I guess we'll worry about that at a different point in time. But for now, we just need to get this ribbon cable, or I'm sorry, this motor cable. So is the motor cable the only one that needs pushed through there? It looks like it. Okay. This one should be fairly easy, because it's only one. Let's get that on. This one does give you a little bit of slack at the top, which is good, even though they're the same sized extruder, or extruder cover, or extrusion cover, not extruder cover. But this one gives you room at the top, unlike the other one. And maybe that's just because my little cover bracket piece that I had to screw in didn't maybe, it should be in the right spot. Anyway, all right, next step. This one. Connect the cables in the following order. X, Y motor, Z, and then LED light. So there's two LEDs. I'm guessing there's one LED on each side. It's probably one cable or one LED wire for each. So we'll do X, Y first, then Z, and then LED. And this one should have the room to do so because there's nothing around there. So Then you also have this other pin here. This looks like XY. Plug that in. Our Z, which is the one we just ran through. Gonna tuck that one behind this other wire set. And then we got an LED light, which I believe is this one here. Yeah, I believe that's the LED light. Yeah, that's the same one as that one. Okay. That one goes to that side. So this one goes right here. Cool. And then we got this cable here, which I'm not sure where this one goes yet, to be honest with you. We'll find out in a second, I bet. The Wi-Fi antenna is next. Oh, being last. Yep. You're right. I can't read right now. I am, reading is not my strong suit at this point in time, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Putting them in the order that they're supposed to is, a lot easier to do. Don't do what I did and plug the LED light before the ribbon cable. Although, I was still going to have the same problem regardless. This looks like a decently fun build. Yeah, so far it's not a terrible build. It's definitely a challenging build for sure. You know, this is my first Prusa experience, so this is my first time dealing with any Prusa machines, like building one. It is a pretty fun build so far. I mean, I've enjoyed it. I've learned a lot about the machine in just a couple times in the couple streams we've been putting this thing together. And so far, it is a little bit of a challenging build, but it's been fun. I've other than a few little hiccups in the installation, and you know, waiting on a spare part that came in 2 weeks' time, it hasn't been bad. It's been pretty fun. So in order to plug in XYZ LED, the ribbon jumped ahead on the ribbon, which it hurt, but not a big deal. Okay, yeah. So it's in, and pretty sure it's secured. It's a little bunched up around there. But it was going to be bunched up around there anyway because of that cable being there, or those two connectors being there. All right, next step. Oh, they're made by Bolex? Okay, that's good to know. So those are going to be pretty trustworthy then. Okay, Wi-Fi antenna. Be careful with gentle cable. Remove the connector cover transition tube from the Wi-Fi antenna cable, which is this. Here, I gotta remove that, and then I gotta plug that in there, and I think it snaps into place. Support the board with your finger to prevent bending. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and take the cover off of this little bitty piece right here. And we gotta connect that to here. Look at it real quick. Okay, so it's a very small piece, very, very tiny, and we'll get that connected. So looks like it's, it just looks like it. Does it snap on, or does it just? I guess we'll find out. Oh, I see. I gotta hold it the right way. It's not gonna connect if I don't. It's not. Is it supposed to stick? It's not even. It's not even going in. It's tricky. It's a tiny, tiny little piece that has to kind of snap into place. It's not even. It's like very, very, very tricky. All right. I'm gonna go around the other side here because it looks like I might do it this way. I'm wondering if it has like a key that's supposed to latch on a certain way. Oh my god, am I doing this wrong way? I think it's connected. It's not very tight fitting. There we go, I heard it click. There we go. Took me a second, but I did hear it click. Yeah, you had to get it just in the right spot and really get it in there, and then you'll hear it click. And that's what I just heard. So I don't feel. Yeah, it's in there. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. I don't want to pull it out. No key for it. Okay. All right. So I think that was that. Step 36, the frame grounding. Take a look from the top of the rear left edge. Rear left edge or right edge? Left edge, removing the grounding cover from the grounding plug in the Core XY assembly. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that thing. I saw this earlier. Remove that. I will say the pictures in here help tremendously. The pictures have been a godsend for most part here. I wish they had more pictures in some spots, but I'm not complaining right now. That picture just saved me like 20 minutes trying to figure out what they were talking about. Okay, take a look at the PE cable, Core XY. Okay, so it's that one. Mine's not red. Mine's black. Yours might be red. At least this one in here is red. But this one, the one I have here, the PE cable's black. And I'm guessing that just connects to that. Okay. So I gotta go around from this side. Pull the cover off of it. Looks like I got spray painted in the process. Okay, and then that just connects to that. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna go around. And that's gonna connect like that. Hopefully I have this in the right spot. I might have it backwards. This is one of those times where removing the cover might actually come in handy here. You know what? I think we're gonna do that. At least on the one side. At least on this side, I'm going to remove those 2 screws. I'm going to remove these 2 screws so I can get in here. Because it's actually... Oh, wait. No, I can't do that. Because that's where the tab's at. Never mind. This tab is a little bit in a tricky spot. The tab's in a little bit of a tricky spot here, so it's hard to see exactly which way it's supposed to go. Let me see which way it's supposed to go. Doesn't really show. And then once we do that, the zip tying will be next. All I gotta do is connect that one, zip tie those other cables together, and then connect the rest of the cables. And then put the covers back on. And then install the rest of the extrusion covers. That little flange is one place I drew blood for this entire build. Oh wow, yikes! That's great. Chilling, waiting for you to go live, and forgot you were on YouTube tonight. Oh, no worries, Shane. Welcome on in. Yeah, we've been trying to get this thing built, and I've been trying to keep it over on the YouTube series, trying to make it a YouTube series. So we are back here tonight over than Twitch. I might go back to Twitch at some point. In the next week or two. We'll see how this build goes, or how much longer it takes to build. I do gotta figure out where this cable goes to. I don't know yet. I guess I'm guessing I will find out soon enough. All right, let's set this thing on here because it's gonna be a pain in the butt. This thing does not want to like cooperate at all. I think I got it on. Not sure how far it's supposed to go in. But I'm pretty sure it's as far in as I can get it. It doesn't go flush with the there's a little bit of a gap in between that and the back bracket, correct? I think so. It's hard to tell. It's like there's a little bit, like it's in, but there's like a little bit of a gap from where the like the rubber coating's at, and then it's like I don't think I can go any further in. So I'm gonna just assume it's all the way in. Yeah, without trying to break it. Yeah, I think I'm all the way in. I hope so. I can't really push it on anymore. We're gonna assume it's in. All right. Let's see. Zip ties. But wait, what's this cable here? I have another cable right here that hasn't been plugged in yet. Unless we're getting there. It's on the board. Plugged into the board. I can't really see what it's at. Unless it's something for later? RC, if you know that, let me know. This random, it's like it's a black cable. It looks like it's a 5-pin cable with a white connector on it, with black sheathing on it. And it's plugged into the third from the bottom third of the LCD. So this cable right here is kind of dangling. I'm not sure what that one is. If you know, let me know. Let's see if I missed it, maybe. I don't think I missed it. It's shown here too. Unless that's for later. It might be for later. But it might not be. Oh, you know what? It might be for the extruder. Or the, it might be something for the hot end. Filament sensor, it comes later. Okay. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Yeah, because it didn't mention this little cable here, and I was wondering what that was, but I figured it might be something for later. Okay, so let's get some zip ties for this area. Looks like we'll need... Let's make sure we get zip ties for that area. Not sure what that is. What is it doing? Why are they using a wrench? Tighten them gently. Oh, cut the XL. They're just cutting the XL. Okay. I was worried for a second. So not zip tie that one together. Do not do that. I'll trim these up a little bit later. I'm not super concerned at this particular second. One more. We're getting there, chat. We are getting there very slowly. For sure. We'll trim those up. I'll trim those up after stream. All right, before proceeding to the next step, check the cable connections in the picture. We got XY motor cable. We got the Z motor cable. We got the LED light cable on the left. That one's in. We got the XLCD cable. That one's nicely pressed in and locked in. We got that LED light cable. We got this XY. We also got this Z motor. We got the antenna for the Wi-Fi. And I believe that's all she wrote for... Oh, and we have this also, the PE cable down here. All right, I think we're good. So now all we gotta do is put the covers back on. And then put the extrusion covers on. And we'll be done with this step. And then we'll probably wrap up for tonight at this point, because the bed's going to be its own separate thing, and we ran a little bit behind like we usually do. And but let's get these covers back on, and then we'll get the extrusion covers on. We'll flip the printer around so you guys can see what it looks like. It should look like that at the end of this stream tonight. Probably wrap up here in the next 15-20 minutes. But yeah, let's get that on, and we'll get going. Got this long here. I got the 4 screws back over here. I will need that. You know what? I probably should cut these zip ties now, since we are closing this up. I guess I didn't think about that earlier. I'll leave a little bit of slack, just in case I need to tighten more. And I'll leave it outward so I can access it. I'll leave like an inch of slack on the zip tie here, just so if I need to tighten it down more, I can. But I should be okay. Now, I'm not super worried about the cable management should fit under the cover fairly easily. At least I hope so, considering that this extrusion cover is kind of out of its place. I might have to like cut part of that off, because it's really there's not a whole lot of room over there. Anyway, alright, anyway. Let's get our screwdriver. Let's get this back on. I like how so many steps are related to grounding. Yeah, I appreciate that too, RC. You know, it's also a very important. That is a very important step in all this too. Much like if you're building a PC, you do not want anything to get damaged from, you know, static or whatnot. So it's something that definitely is probably very much appreciated. Now I gotta figure out which way these go. I think I flip it around. Yeah, so this flips around like this. This might be trickier than I thought. Okay. Especially with those 4 screws. Oh no, you know what? Those go up top. No, they don't. Lie. There is not a whole lot of room here to get this extrusion cover on. Like, not a whole lot. That kind of is a little bit, that is a little concerning, I'll be honest. The left side's not as bad as the right side, because the right side has that issue with the slack. Is the filament sensor cable supposed to still be sticking out? Or is it supposed to tuck in somewhere? Because it doesn't really show. Okay, so I'm guessing it's supposed to... The plastic has gaps. Does it, though? I don't see it on mine. There isn't a... There is no gap like shown on the picture. Sorry for the crap. This thing's falling off my hand. There's not a gap in the cover. There's a hole in the side. Oh, maybe on here? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, maybe it just goes to the hole there. We're gonna try not a whole lot of room in here to close this up, and without, bending anything or damaging any of the wires. So we're gonna be careful here. Look at the metal cover I'm holding. Oh, okay, I see that hole on the side. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, I see. There we go. So that's going to sit out like that. Alright, so this is still going to be interesting because there is still not a lot of room on here. We'll see what happens. We're gonna do one of these on each side to start. I really hope I don't damage any of the wires. I won't tighten it all the way. But yeah, that extrusion has plastic end pieces. Oh, okay. Oh, I see that now. That makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, this right side, this left side is a little tricky because of the extrusion cover not going all the way up and in. Tight. It's not even getting close. Oh, I see. That's why. That's annoying. I should be able to do the second one in. That one fits. Now this right side is not great. Or, I'm sorry, left side. XY motors go out in top gap. Filament. XY motors go on top gap. Oh. Is there a top gap? I don't see it. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, these ones go at the top gap. I do see that. And then filament, the sensor goes on the side. Wires go on the bottom. Okay. Are there bottom gaps? I can't tell. The good news is I can take this panel off if I need to fix anything. But I think I have everything coming out where it's supposed to go. I think. I could be wrong. Let's get this other. That's in this side. It's not going anywhere, so I'm not too concerned. That actually should have helped a little bit. Yeah. I won't tighten it too much. I'll take a look at it after stream in RC. I can send you some pictures and see if I'm doing this correctly or not. I do agree. It's hard to ask questions in chat and with YouTube and everything with delay. But I do appreciate your help regardless. So thank you again for all that help. All right, the cover's on. It's not going anywhere. I think everything's kind of in place. I hope I'm not damaging anything underneath. I don't think I am. But let's go ahead and do the next one, the next cover, which is the buddy board cover. And this one had the screws in it still. So all I gotta do is kind of slide it back onto place. And this one's easy to do. Just gotta screw that back in. We're good to go. Why couldn't they make the other panel like that? Much easier. All right. Now we just got to fill in the extrusion covers and fill in all the holes. That's literally all we have to do. And then it's Haribo time, and then we move on to the bed, which we'll move on to next stream. I will flip this around so you guys can see, because we're at that point. Let's go back to my main screen real quick. Do a 180 flip. This thing is getting heavier every time I turn it. It also doesn't help that there's like 35 rolls of filament over here as well. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Hopefully this coffee table is starting to wobble. That's not a good sign. There we go. You guys can see that a little bit better. That wire panel is a one-time thing. Only need to touch it when you add a third through fifth extruder. Otherwise, never need to touch that. But control board, that may need access. Okay. All right. We got the rest of the extruder covers here. Are orange, and I think there's a couple black ones in here too. I'll just make sure I have the right sizes. We need the 4 small ones. You don't need our screws anymore. Don't need that anymore. At least right now we don't. We shouldn't have, I mean, I'm guessing we don't have that many left. These 495mm ones, I think, are the small ones. 243, a 390, which I have the sheet here. Not that one. Might be this one. Yep, 243, 390. I'm going to assume it's the slightly longer one. I think. Oh, the 390s are the orange. So there might be one left I don't use? That's confusing. Wait, unless I need two of those. Oh, I need two of the 243s. Never mind. 290s are the orange ones. 405 and 430. There's one of each. So I'm guessing the last of these. So that's the last of the covers I have. The orange ones I know go in the front too. Let's figure it out. The 243 goes on the right. So I'm guessing these two go on the right and left. So we'll do this real quick. This isn't too bad. I know you guys can't see it very well. I'll try to can move my a little bit better. That's as best as I'm going to move it to. Okay. That's going to go in. You know, if it wants to. I would very much appreciate if it would like to go in. You know, like Billy Madison says, are you too good for your home? Or not? Happy Gilmore. Too good for your home, Mr. Extrusion Cover? Alright. The other one, I'm going to go on this side since I'm already doing it. Chat, how's everybody doing? Everybody enjoying tonight's live stream? Everyone keeping up with my insanity? We're part 3 in. What looks like we're about, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the way. I would say maybe halfway done. We might have, I mean, the bed, the extruder, and that's pretty much it. Like, that's all we really got left is the bed and the extruder. And it is going to get heavier. That's true, RC. The orange ones we'll put up here. These ones look like they were printed. Okay. Sorry for bumping the mic again. Those make funny noises. All right, let's see. Okay, the yellow one is the 490, the long one. So I'm guessing it's the front and the back for the 490s. I lost another clip somewhere. I think it's on that side. No? I think it's up here. Keep losing these little black clips everywhere. For whatever reason, I don't know. Those little black clips do not stay in place. But once we get this part done, we'll wrap up for tonight. Then we'll be done with the Core XY portion. Which honestly, I still think this section of the build was easier than the first part with the base. Still a little bit easier. There's some tricky parts along that route. There were some tricky parts. These things don't give me enough room to... Go. These don't give you a whole lot of room to work with. This one extrusion cover too has like a centimeter, like a millimeter too much. Ah, it's annoying. Okay. I gotta do the one in the back, and then I don't know where the little ones go. Oh, the little ones go in between the back section here. Okay. So let's add those real quick. Then we'll be good to go. There we go. All right. What's good about that is that you know where those little grounding tabs go after the fact. So it does help. It also keeps the grounding tab from going anywhere. I'm gonna move around to the other side just to do this last one, or these last few. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to do so. Crouch down one more time. We'll probably continue. By the way, chat, we're going to continue this. We're going to continue this build. Possibly on Saturday at some point. Or sometime this weekend, I guess is the better answer. I don't know when, but I'll let you guys know for sure. A time and date. Alright, now I gotta just do this last extruder cover the back here, and then we'll be done for tonight. I honestly might have to trim these because some of them don't particularly stay in place. This one's hard to do because it's like in the back corner. You don't have a lot of room to work with. I do need a flashlight for over here because I can't see where anything is at. It's getting pretty bad. There we go. Now I should be able to see where that goes in. Yeah, and I don't even have a lot of room to work with over here. Don't have much room to work with over here. Too much slack in cable lengths can lead to pitching issues or pinching issues. Yeah. They pop out basically every time you touch the printer. Oh, that's good to know. Oh yeah, those clips. Yeah, I can't get this back one on because it's like there's no room to get your fingers back here. Is this really what's going to trip me up all stream? Is the little plastic covers? Are you kidding me? This has been an interesting build tonight, chat. It's been an interesting stream. I can't even get my hand in there. Oh my god. You know what? I'm throwing the white flag here on these stupid things. I literally can't even get my hand back here to tuck it into place. And these aren't the best plastic either. Doesn't want to fit. God. These things are not the best at all. Once you get it in, it's not bad. But before that, it's not fun. Especially when mine's like bent. It doesn't help. Wait. Oh, I had it. I had it for a split second. Literally, this is the last part of this, literally this entire stream. Just getting this into place. Once I can get set, once I can get this set, I'll be good. There we go. There we go. I'm not even worried about it. It's not even going to be a big deal if it's like, it's not even, there's like not enough even room for it to cut. I don't want to bend it. Dang, I bent this one a little bit. I'm not super worried about these extrusion covers. They could bite me in the ass. All right. Oh my gosh, that was fun. Gonna slowly lift this thing up. You guys can see. Oh my god, it's heavy. All right. Well, that was fun. Oh my gosh. It's been, I don't know why I'm getting a workout after building this thing after every 2 hours. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But we made it through the end of step 3, the Core XY back assembly. It is Haribo time again, but I'm going to do one more quick hydration break because I am thirsty as heck. And that was more challenging than it needed to be tonight. I don't know why. But chat, cheers to every one of you guys for being here, sticking around. If you have a beverage, raise them high, raise them proud. Big cheers to everybody. This was like the one spot I thought was easy. Really? I mean, this wasn't that bad. It was just like certain part, like the wiring wasn't bad at all. It's the, I think the hardest part about this part of the build was getting that back panel first put on, like initially, and then getting a couple screws in place to keep it from like falling off. I'm pretty sure we have it set in the right spot. I hope we do. I mean, all the screws are lined up with all the holes, so I think we should be good with that. But we did make it through this step. Where we continue on next time is going to be the bed, which is, we're getting near the end, chat. We got the bed, the extruder, and the hot end. So we got the bed, the extruder, and accessories. And then we can actually start trying to see if we can get plastic out of this thing. But the bed will be the next spot we have. Less steps here, so we might actually be able to finish this next time. Getting the bed ready to go. Getting the panels on. Eating more Haribos. We'll make sure to actually eat Haribos next time. I said for living, so climbing over that bill would have me sweating. Yeah, and it sucks because, you know, normally in this room when I have the door shut, it just retains all the heat. And so I have the fan blowing in here. You can't see it, but it's not helping me much. And when I have printers on, it gets even warmer in here. Plus with my PC on as well, all that heat just builds in here. So it looks like, oh, RC, you did want to know about the bed stuff. I'll also take pictures of that and show you as well, because I know you were asking me questions about the bed earlier, like the underside of the bed. So it looks like panels, connecting some wires, connecting it to the actual frame, connecting the cable chain to it, removing the rail stoppers, getting the bed in the right spot, bearing, Z-axis bearings. I did see bearings in the assembly kit. This doesn't look too terribly bad. This step doesn't look too bad. Everything will be working on the inside of the printer, so that's a good thing. And we'll go from there next time. I think that's a good place. So realistically, we should only have 1 to 2-ish streams left for this build series. So today was part 3. Part 4 will probably be this step. And then part 5 will probably be the last bit, the extruder hot end, and running through calibration. I hope. I hope. Yeah, the extruder is mostly assembled, for sure. It is mostly assembled. It's still in the box, more or less, behind me. But yeah, it's pretty much all assembled together. Even the wire harness is pretty much attached to it. So I pretty much just have to install it and connect all the wires. We should be good to go. Wow. Chat, that was a fun 3 hours. Wow, 3 hours. Time flies. But we did make some good progress tonight. We got the entire pretty much frame done. The Core XY section's done. The back panel's on. The base is done. We're moving on to the bed and the consumable stuff. So we're making some great progress here, and I'm looking forward to actually getting this thing finished. But chat, thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. I do appreciate you guys sticking around, even if it got a little difficult. Even if I stopped talking for a little bit and was just trying to figure out what was going on. Thank you for being here and lurking and helping out. It certainly is appreciative, sincerely. So thank you. Like I said, we'll be probably back here sometime over the weekend, maybe continuing this build. Maybe we'll get it done this weekend. Who knows? It depends on my schedule this week. I do have a lot going on this weekend, so I will see what's going on. I might try to find some time for a few hours just to continue the build. Maybe I don't want to work on it too much outside of streaming it, because I want to show you guys the entire process. So I want to make some time to get this thing wrapped up soon, so we can have it built and can get all the box and stuff out of here. So. But with that being said, we're going to wrap things up here for tonight. Again, thank you so much. If you guys, just a reminder, if you guys are not following me on other social media platforms, we're over on Twitch as well. We live stream over there more frequently than YouTube. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, you can. Twitch.tv/BigJano is where I'm live over there. You can follow me over on X, BigJano on X. We have a Discord channel. I do have a link to it. It doesn't work. There is a link in the... if you go into the About section of the YouTube channel, there should be a link to our Discord community as well. If you guys aren't part of that yet, definitely go join that community as well. There should be links to all the other social media platforms over there too. So definitely go check those out if you haven't yet done so. And yeah, with that being said, thank you again, everybody, for being here. I will catch you guys again real soon. Have a great rest of your night. I'm going to go get some water and relax a little bit before winding down. But thank you again, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night. And until next time, until we continue this crazy build, keep doing it big. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.